Today we're going to be talking about the Armstrong TV mount. As you can see from the box, it's for 17 inches all the way up to 42 inches. I purchased it from Harbor Freight. It was on sale for $9.99. It's normally $15.99. We're going to be unboxing that a little bit later. It's going to be used with this 32-inch TV that we have right here. It has a 200 millimeter by 200 millimeter bolt pattern. So let's get started with that. We'll go ahead and unbox this. So let's go ahead and unbox this. I already loosened the box, the tape that was there, so it didn't have to take so long. So let's go ahead and pull this out and let's see what we've got. Okay. All right. So we've got some instructions. We've got our mounting bracket right here. We've got a mount with an arm, and we've got a couple bolts and screws for basically mounting this to the wall and mounting the bracket to the back of the TV, and a couple washers and I guess anchors if you're mounting this to cement. But in this case, we won't be doing that. So that's basically it. We'll get started with mounting the bracket to the back of the television. The television currently does have the legs attached or feet or whatever you want to call them, but I will remove those before we get started. So we're back. I went ahead and removed the legs, feet, whatever you want to call them, and we'll set these aside. Um, we're going to be mounting the bracket right here. Got to first cut this zip tie. We'll take that out and get rid of all of this cardboard. Um, so here is our mounting bracket. Uh, Based on this, let's see, needs to mount this way. So I'm going to be turning it this way and lining it up. The instructions did say not to mount this with the TV face down, but I'm not going to be standing on this TV. I'm not going to be putting pressure on it. So I think we're fine here. So I've got the bracket attached. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to need to take a trip to the hardware store because the screws are not long enough to actually become fully secured. So your mileage may vary. I think they give you I think it's 3 or 4 different kinds of fasteners, and it might be the luck of the draw. I had a Philips television and it works with that. Um, but this is a Samsung television, so I think we're out of a bit of luck. We will have to go to the hardware store and we'll take care of that and then continue with the video. So I'm back at it again, and I went to the hardware store and I picked up the M8 by 1.25 by 25. I probably should have gotten an M8 1.25 by 20 instead, which is a little bit shorter. But just in case, I did pick up a set of 8 millimeter washers. 12 came in here. So what I've done so far, and I'll show you, is on the back of this, I have actually laid out some washers. You may not need this. I might be going a little bit crazy here, but just line these up and we'll take these M8 bolts. And by the way, I did look up at the manual for this television. Um, Found the model number right back here and was able to find the manual online. It's been so long that we don't have the manual anymore. And at this point, I'll just grab another 4 washers. All right. do this. Right, and in there. And then we'll just turn these a couple times to get things going. All right, go ahead and fasten these. All right. All right. So there we go. So we're just looking at the wall where we're gonna mount our TV mount to. We're gonna have to locate a stud. So I've got a stud finder right here, and as I go through here, okay, nothing so far. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna test this in a couple different areas. No, it's not. Okay, there it is. All right, come back down here. All right, there you go. Probably do it a little bit lower. All right. So I think we have a stud right here that we can mount this to. Okay. And down here. Okay. Up here. I'm gonna have to mark this. So, all right. So that's the location which I've marked with a thumbtack. That's where I'm going to drill the first hole for the mount. So I'm just going to step over here briefly and show you. So here is our mount, and where this thumbtack is going to go on the first hole, second hole right here. Um, Once I use the bit, which is, I think it's recommended, it's 1/8 inch. I'm going to drill for the hole. Second one, I'll just mark with a pencil and just proceed to start drilling and use the two lag bolts to fasten this to the stud. So let me get started with that. So I've got my drill bit ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start the drilling process, drill the first hole. Um, Hopefully all goes well. I've taken quite a few measurements. Uh, Wish me luck. Going to make sure. Yeah, that's my daughter. Not realizing that I'm filming this. But here we go. Yeah, had issues. All right, let's go in again. All right, I think that's good. Goodness, gonna have to get a pair of pliers. I just gotta state that silly me had the drill on backwards, but I was able to rectify that and go ahead and finish drilling the hole properly. By the way, the lag bolts, they're 10 millimeter. So I just got a socket wrench here. I'm gonna start with that and then use one of my power tools to finish it up. Uh, so let me just do it by hand at first. Right. Put this up here and start screwing this in. Okay. Let's just tighten it with this. Ooh, sometimes you need two hands. Ah, boy, gonna be a piece of work. All right. At this point, I think I may decide to use the power tool. So I'll just go ahead and back it out. It's gonna be too much for me. Uh, so let me go ahead and pause it, and then I'll get my power tools ready. Okay, I got my power tools. Well, my power tool ready. Um, yeah, and when I finish this, I gotta clean up the mess. There's a little bit of dust here on top of this dresser, so things are not as perfect. You know, always got to clean up after yourself. So, you know, they do recommend you wear safety goggles during all of this. Um, I wear glasses. I don't know if that's, you know, necessarily the best thing, but it's better than nothing at all. So I'm going to try to get this in here. Okay, start off with that. All right, gonna set it on a higher setting. And let's go to town with this. There we go. This is why you need a power tool to do this job. Almost done. All right, and then I'm just gonna finish it up with the socket wrench. Uh, just tighten this up, and then we'll make sure that it's level with our leveling tool. All right, still a little bit loose. All right, let's use our leveling tool now just to get this started. See how it's sitting. You can see it's lean already. So yeah, let's back that out and adjust it a little bit. All right, so put our leveling tool on the bottom of this until it looks level. All right, it's this way. Okay. This is level, but so it puts us about here, which to me doesn't look so level. But what do I know? Okay, what do I know, right? Okay, so it is telling us we're level here. Oops, don't want to round that off. Okay, stepping away from this for a second. Like on different areas, why not just sit it on top of here? I think that's probably the best thing to do. So you need to adjust it. Whew, yeah, it's kind of hot. So I'm gonna loosen this just a little bit again. Yeah. It's an ongoing process, as you can see. So I'm just gonna swing this arm out, put this on here. That looks to be about level. So at this point, we'll swing this back and start tightening it there. Okay. All right. There we go. So as you can see, that's level. We'll go ahead and mark the second spot um, right there and start drilling, this time in the right direction to start with. Okay, that's level. Let's go. Okay. All right. All right. So start this. Get that going. Then we can use the power tool. Whew. I'm using it on the lowest setting to kind of get us started. Okay. And then now I'm switching to the higher setting because I really don't have time for this. Let's get this done. All right. And finish up. Finish up. There you go. All right. And there you have it. Ah, boy. It was pretty rough. At this point, you just need to mount the TV, and if all goes well, like I said, I checked. It looks level. It looks to be level. So, whew, let's go ahead and test the TV out. Here's our TV. Let's go ahead. Maybe I should get a little bit closer or swing this arm out a little. Let's do it that way. Can come from the side. Okay. I am going to go back there and ensure that it is okay off to the side. When we do that, just double check. Make sure. Okay. Whew. All right. There was one step that I did omit. So let me go ahead and lift the TV off. Ah, there's some screws that I need to remove. They're on the side of this, right here. Ah, okay. So let me go ahead and take those out, and we'll get it seated a little bit better. Okay. Come on. All right. Do this other side. I don't know if I'm on camera, but I'll try to do my best to make sure I am on camera. Okay. Whew. Thank goodness for power tools. Whew. Okay. Now let's try to seat the television again. Whew. Second time around. All right. This is our TV. Let me take another step up. Okay. Okay. So I know it looks crooked, but that's because those screws are out. And you got to make sure. Okay. Now it is definitely firmly in where it needs to be. Whew. So there you have it. It's not completely done. A couple of adjustments that I need to make. I'm going to bring this out so that I can screw those screws in. Um, at this point, you won't really be able to see that, but these are just adjustment screws. You can use the level to make sure the TV is level and use the appropriate screws. You know, use the side. You can screw one side or the other just to ensure that it's level. Anyway, that's basically it. At this point in time, I'm running out of breath, but I'm done. Hope your install goes smoothly. If you have any comments, questions, just go ahead and post, like, subscribe, share. I'll try to do as many videos. Hey, I'm not a pro. I'm just like you, just a regular average dude trying to do stuff around the house. But yeah, take care. Bye bye.